that there is only one thing in the world, and it has somehow happened today, that would keep me from starting with, wait a minute, what do you mean Tom Brady to the Dolphins is still a thing? There could and would be only one thing that would get in the way of that, because Chris Cody came in today and asked and looked a bit like, I don't know, a parrot, just confused, bewildered. He's like, wait, what? Brady to the Dolphins again? We're doing this again?
I missed that yesterday. What happened?
It wasn't yesterday. It wasn't yesterday. Well, maybe it was on the Rich Eisen show.
It was yesterday. It was also 3 months ago when me and Billy said it. I mean,
well, this is part of it, right? Billy and Stugotz.
You guys say everything.
We do. Yep.
What is that supposed to mean?
Yeah. What are you trying to say, Chris?
Yeah. I don't understand. Shouldn't you be happy for us that we told you to keep an eye out for this? It sounds like I don't want to say there's bitterness and hostility in your voice, but that's what I sense with that whole "you guys say everything" business. You're Team Leisen, aren't you? That's what's going on here.
Exactly.
We have a long history with Rich Eisen stealing takes from Stugotz. I don't know if you guys remember this, but there was a time years ago where Stugotz would refer to Rich Eisen as Rich Leisen because Rich Eisen came on this show and contradicted Stugotz and said that is not the case. I did not steal from you. I'm too busy with my NFL Network responsibilities, running around doing the 40, raising money for charity, blah, blah. And then, like, as soon as you say the charity thing, it's like, well, I can't argue with this guy.
Right,
you know what I mean? Right. Like, you just dropped the charity bomb. And in fact, Stugotz, this is what I think.
He hit me over the head with his resume, but I like where you're going. You want me to adopt a charity?
Like exactly right. Yeah. What you need to do now is you need to adopt a charity, and you need to make a charitable donation to get out ahead of this right now. And then you can say whatever you want to this guy. And you can call him out for stealing all of your things. And then when he drops in like, oh, well, I do charity. You go, I have a charity too. I donated today. When's the last time you donated, Richie Boy? That's what you got to call him, Richie Boy.
Unnecessary to do that. I don't want to.
Then he has nothing on me. That's what's
That's right. Checkmate.
It's a good plan, Dana.
Bishop Brook 9.
Trust me when I tell you, I would like to spend a good amount of today in this space because Rich Eisen has claimed something. Rich Eisen all of a sudden became a information guy at the Combine. He talked to a couple of people at St. Elmo's, and you know what he's saying? He's reporting. It's not just he's saying, hey, the thing to Miami with Brady is still open and available. He is saying, and this is, Stugotz, this is the place where I feel like he crossed the line. Mm-hmm. He's saying a couple of birdies told him.
Oh, really?
A couple of birdies.
So it got me thinking. First off, Billy, next year, God Bless Football needs to go to the Combine. We do. Because I heard from Mike Tannenbaum, that all the great conversations happen late night at St. Elmo's. Yeah. And we need to be a fly on the wall for those great conversations.
But this is what happened with Eisen. I'm going to let people in on a secret. NFL Network, big connected guy. He went to St. Elmo's like everybody else at the Combine. They all started drinking on the NFL tab. And what comes out of it? Hey, did you know Phillip Rivers was calling the Dolphins last year trying to get back in the game?
What?
You just want to be a fly on the wall at St. Elmo's when the shrimp cocktail comes out? Fly on the wall?
Yes.
I think wherever you go, it's just always snake in the grass, not fly on the wall.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? People don't want,
fair.
Give us credit. We told you that this was going to happen a long time ago.
I will give you credit. And I'm not sure how I got cut out of it because everyone could see this, but I will say that Rich Eisen also has plenty of Michigan sources, and he's been on the money every time. Yeah. And so he actually uses sources where you just use your gut and history.
Right. But here's my problem. We have put together this football podcast for the last 2 seasons. It's won awards. By the way, Rich Eisen and his show have been nominated for the same awards. Who wins every year? God Bless Football. Me and Billy say something, everyone laughs. Rich Eisen says something based on a couple of conversations, a couple of birdies at St. Elmo's in Indianapolis during the scouting combine, and everyone takes him seriously.
How about name names, Rich Eisen?
Exactly.
People are telling you that. It's very easy to say little birdies told me. You know what I mean?
Yep, name the birdies.
Exactly right. Anyone can say it.
Wait, anyone can say little birdies told them. Who told you?
We've said that. We've said little birdies told us.
Doesn't matter.
You can't reveal our sources.
One told you.
We're journalists.
We don't know that.
Can't reveal our sources.
You're just guessing, and it was a...
Well, how do you know Rich Eisen isn't guessing?
Well, because he has
Based
sources.
on what?
Little birdies in Michigan.
Yeah, we have little birdies too.
Mm-hmm.
You don't.
I know people that went to Michigan.
I know people at Ann Arbor.
Verdeja went to Michigan.
Exactly.
Boom.
Yep.
Are you claiming you've sourced this?
My niece went there.
Are you claiming you've sourced it?
I'm not saying
Little
anything.
birdies. He never said that
Not
his little
saying
birdies are
anything.
from Michigan. You're assuming with this Michigan connection that those birdies from
Look,
Michigan. It could have been anyone. It could have been him listening to the podcast. Who knows?
There are many things here to discuss. That
Also, by the way, a very cowardice way of doing it, saying, I'm not saying it, but I'm saying a little birdie told me maybe it'll happen. We put our necks out there and you said, you know what, guys? He's going to be a Dolphin.
Yep,
okay?
it's happening.
And if not, then he's not. But we'll own it. Not maybe it'll happen. Maybe I was at a bar. Maybe someone that visited me. I went to Michigan to watch Miguel Cabrera get his 3,000th hit. I'm a Michigan man.
Yeah.
Juju, I need you to put up on social media directed at Rich Eisen with Billy's face.
No.
Yes,
Now you've
yes,
gone
yes,
too
yes,
far.
yes, yes.
Now you've gone
no,
too far.
this was a very cowardice way of doing it. This was a very cowardice way of doing
How do you
it.
do this, Dan? How do you always do this to me?
Hold you
How
accountable?
do you get me in here and you sucker me in and then you try to you throw me to the wolves?
I didn't say it
You
was a
wanna
very
see me
cowardice
fail.
way of doing
I'm
it.
Why
not
don't
gonna
you
say it.
support us? Why don't you
You
support
wanna
me
see
and
me
Billy?
fail.
Okay,
You're
let's put
clamoring
your
for-
face on it.
You're,
all right?
Yeah.
you're clamoring for
Own
Rich
it.
Eisen to have accountability, and then you're tucking and running the second that we're putting your face out.
A very cowardice way of doing it is you're attacking Rich Eisen.
Well, he deserves it.
Rich
Hogwash.
Eisen, look, he was breaking news right and left. He seems to have been the centerpiece of the NFL Combine, a fixture of credibility.
He seemed to be hammered.
I don't know.
I mean, late night, Dan, St. Elmo's Combine. I mean, that's what happens. Those are where all the great conversations happen.
We'll say it's a
telling
place
you.
where they're likely
Phillip
drinking out of
Rivers,
snifters,
Please, I mean,
big icy snifters.
yes.
Regardless,
What do you
Rich,
think Tannenbaum means? I mean,
what do you
the
mean?
late night conversations at St. Elmo's. He said that's where all the conversations happen.
A lot of whiskey noses.
You don't think they're sipping a few cocktails?
Just
I mean,
Brian
come on.
Dennehy's at the bar.
Where you talk shop, Dano.
Just Brian Dennehy, Don
I just
Nelson.
don't know how you're comfortable saying publicly that Rich Eisen was hammered as if you know it when you weren't there.
You said it first.
Yeah. Like a waiter goes up to a group of women there and they say, those guys think you're cute. And it's three guys at the bar. It's Don Nelson, Bob Knight,
he gets it.
and Bill Plaschke.
Last seen sleeping at the Super Bowl in the press box, Bill Plaschke. But I can't start
Pete
the show
Prisco's over
there.
there.
And this is not
Briscoe.
This is not the part.
Len Pasquarelli.
Oh, Lenny.
Yeah, just ordered a Mai Tai. He's letting loose.
All the legends. Are they grumbling about Schefter and his career path? Or are they all sitting around like that information guy? They beat us to it. We could have been him.
They start slinging around ideas.
Yeah,
I mean,
Ray Rado just put in an order for shrimp
Ray
cocktail.
Rado,
It's going
a
down.
A legend.
But I can't start there, and we haven't gotten to any of the good Brady stuff yesterday, without just being in open-mouthed awe that no one around here has commented on the jacket Stugotz has brought in here, which is straight 80s New York.
Starter.
That Stugotz is all about the New York Mets suddenly and publicly.
The Metropolitans.
Wearing a jacket. I'm not sure if it's brand new
He's worn that before.
or if it's 40 years old. I've never seen this jacket before.
He stole that from Howard Johnson.
It's Hojo. It is it is a brand new jacket, and thanks to Juju for supplying me with the gift this morning. It was a surprise. Juju put it on my back. It's about 3 sizes too small, but Juju, thank you. It is a classic vintage Mets
That is
jacket.
not. You could see. I'm telling you, I see a 20-year-old Stugotz walking near the subway in the 80s.
It is a little tiny.
In the 1980s. This is absolutely an old school Mets jacket. I would not think that that's popular. Has this come back
Yes.
around in style?
Yeah. Dan, I mean,
Dan, you are very out of touch.
Dan,
Vintage
walk
is
to the
all the
ocean.
way in. You got to get out of here.
yeah.
See ya. What do you mean?
Yeah.
Only buys?
The early aughts
Get
are
outta
back.
here.
Throwback jerseys are back, and Juju actually should get credit for bringing that back in like 2010. But you can wear throwbacks in the club now.
Oh, it's a little snug.
But that's not Juju's fault.
No, it's Juju's influence.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying that it's snug. That's a you
Oh,
thing.
oh,
No, that's me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely you.
Yeah. It's around your belly button.
Yep.
a good
Juju, what
jacket.
size is this? I mean, it's a kid's jacket.
Size swag, sir.
Oh, man. Oh, geez.
Thank you, Juju, for bringing gifts through. And the gift that keeps on giving, Stugotz, because somehow last year it was underreported that Tom Brady wasn't trying to retire. He was just trying to leave the Bucs so that he could quietly get to the Dolphins. And that was derailed only by an unprecedented Brian Flores lawsuit that made it all very confusing. Schefter was reporting Tom Brady's about to retire, but evidently, reportedly, Tom Brady had negotiated largely a deal to become the Dolphins quarterback last year with Tyreek Hill and Waddle as his wide receivers, Stugots. As people still wonder, well, is Tua good or is, oh my God, what's that offense doing? How are they able to do that? Tom Brady, who did the same thing when he went to Tampa and got a bunch of skilled guys, was trying to parlay it into a power position. Tom Brady has purposely said, I'm not going into broadcasting next year. Hard stop. Curious thing, right?
Yes.
10 years, $375 million. Why wouldn't you just go right into broadcasting? Start earning that money. You want the break? Or do you want the opening to reverse field and change your mind if somebody makes you a good offer in a changing quarterback market where Derek Carr has some value?
Or he wants to be a stand-up comic.
This might throw that off slightly.
Yeah, probably.
Those reports turned out to be false, probably not surprisingly.
Well, let's wait to hear what old Richie Boy says about it in a month or two.
Yep.
Then
Billy,
we'll believe it.
Billy, where are you? This
I'm right
is
here, man.
Today, no, but here. Today is Tuesday and Two-A-Day.
Yeah.
Because you got your framed jersey coming back to you, and you've got your framer telling you that today is when Tua gets decided. And now, mysteriously, the news from Eisen that Miami, keep your eye on Miami when it comes to Tom Brady
Keep
coming
your
back.
Eisen.
Yeah. I'm conflicted today. Because for the sake of my jersey, I want Tua to obviously be the starting quarterback of the Dolphins, right? But, like, Tom Brady.
It's a tough day.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But Tua, but Tom Brady. I think we can all agree. If there's a close, like, if Tom Brady is A, the closest thing to, like, 1A or B is Tua. So, like, either way, the
Lamar
Dolphins
Jackson's
will be fine.
A. Lamar Jackson's A.
Over Tom Brady and
Yeah.
Tua?
Yeah.
No.
But you have to give up two
Right. No.
first-round picks
Obviously,
to get
yeah,
one
you'd
of
have to
them.
give up. I'm willing to do
Two
that.
of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what?
Now,
You need a quarterback.
You guys are really doing this? We are now going to replace Tua with both Lamar Jackson and Tom Brady.
We're doing this thing again. It's not a slight to say, yeah, Lamar Jackson's better than Tua.
Yeah.
Tua's I'm not
Head to
gonna
head,
be
you
not gonna
know.
be unhappy if Tua it comes back healthy next year as our quarterback. But if you're saying would I rather have Tua or Lamar Jackson? Yeah, Lamar Jackson.
I don't like that.
Why don't you like Lamar Jackson?
I like Tua. Of his jersey framed.
I like Brady.
Brady's it sounds good, but I mean, come on. I know
It
like you're gonna
sounds
say you
good,
care
it
about
looks
me.
good.
You're
He
gonna
had
say
a good
you care
season
about
I
me.
last
do care
year.
about you.
At some point. Come on.
No.
I'm not the crazy one here. He's old.
Yeah, but look at the weapons he would have
had a
if he
good year
came here.
last
He had a
year.
good year last
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
He's a nice C option.
You guys,
A
C option. How dare you?
What are the options?
A
Hell,
healthy
lay out
I'll
the
take
letters.
I might take a healthy Tua over Brady.
What is a healthy Tua?
I don't know.
One that's just not actively concussed until the next concussion? Is that what your
I'm doing
what your definition
I'm
of
doing
a
the
healthy
long.
Tua is.
I know it's weird to play the long-term game with Tua, but it's just how.
It's
even
even
if we
weirder
get
to do it with Brady.
if we get Brady, it's a one-year
unbelievable.
thing. No,
Who do you trust more
The better
to
long-term
stay healthier,
option.
Brady or
It's
Tua?
unbelievable
The
question.
better long-term option is Tom Brady.
no, it's not. It's Tua.
no,
that's
it
that's
isn't.
the
No,
one
it's not,
quarterback.
Chris.
It's
No,
the
I
one
think it's
quarterback.
not.
No, out of Lamar Jackson, Tua, and Tom Brady, the best long-term option is Tom Brady.
No doubt.
That's wild.
I'm right now shaking my head in dumbfound awe. I'm looking. Bob Costas yesterday, Bill Maher, Stugots, told Bob Costas that he didn't like Vin Scully, and it's the only time I've ever seen Bob Costas speechless. I right now am speechless at what is being said. What is being said is that Tom Brady is the best health option at 45 over Tua and Lamar Jackson.
He is.
I cannot, and you're not wrong. That's the reason that I'm shocked.
Yeah.
It's
That's
at
the
least
reason.
debatable.
No,
Come on.
no, try to
It's at
debate
least,
it. Try to debate it.
Tua's
Who's last two
15 years
seasons?
younger than Brady.
The other two quarterbacks, their last 2 seasons have been undone somewhat by injury.
Brady hasn't missed a game in his last 6 seasons.
So true.
Listen,
I don't know what to
The
say.
mid-40s quarterback is
Chris
the best
Cody.
long-term option.
Chris Cody, I know people are impressed by LeBron James's longevity. Brady, everyone gets hurt in that sport except for that dude. They changed the rules for him the one season he did get hurt.
If he came here, though, he'd get hurt. Like, we can agree on that, right? Like,
Yeah,
if Tom
yeah,
Brady
absolutely.
came here,
Yeah.
Tom Brady would
Done
not
for
be
his career.
Tom Brady.
That's not how it works for Tom Brady. everywhere he goes, success follows.
Yep.
Success and health.
No doubt. Chris, the last time he missed a game was 2016.
I mean, he went, what did he go, 8-9 last year?
Does it not stand to reason, honestly, if I just will present this to you, because I know we like to talk about the soap opera elements, but in the management of brands that are this kind of economy, Stugots, the management team that Tom Brady had reportedly set with the Dolphins an owner-level relationship that was going to allow the Dolphins to acquire Tom Brady, put him in the front office, have him unretire this year to become quarterback for the Dolphins. That seemed like a real thing, even though it seemed totally absurd.
Still on track.
Yeah, it's actually good that it played out the way that it did because now there's no rust. You know what I mean?
The Dolphins have already lost a draft pick for all of this.
So you might as well get Tom Brady out of it. You've already been punished. Why not get him?
My point is, if management was already talking at the ownership level for trying to make that happen, why would it go away?
The only way that it would go away, Dan, is if Tua was what he was for that early stretch of the season. That made you convinced, like, okay, we miss out on Brady. We're getting punished for our pursuit of Brady, but we lucked into a better combination than Peyton and Brady. We got McDaniel and Tua. But then that same health questions that had popped up, even more so, now surround Tua.
You guys, just so that you know, and this a few people have corrected me on this. Mina Kimes says actually agreed with Stugotz and Tony on Brady last year with Tampa. Statistically, from the advanced metrics, wasn't actually that good when you consider he seemed to be getting rid of the ball so fast because he didn't want to get hit anymore. That's
on his offensive line, too. His offensive line was a disaster last year.
But so he wasn't actually as good, even though statistically in the games where he's throwing 60 times and keeps completing the 7-yard passes because he can do that for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
That he wasn't actually that good last year.
But afford the greatest quarterback of all time some mitigating factors. I mean, conventionally speaking, he was among the league's best passing the football. And I understand he's mid-40, and that you have to apply a certain amount of scrutiny to that. But his offensive line was a mess. There were plenty of things that went wrong for Tampa last year.
So was his life. I mean,
I don't think Tom Brady was one of them.
Right.
Any other quarterback back there, they probably tank it.
I mean, the guy,
bad.
Mike, the guy was going through a divorce, Bitcoin. I mean,
yeah, he went through the crypto crash.
He did.
It's a good problem to have if you're a Dolphin fan, right?
He's coming.
You get Brady, you have Tua, and you guys keep talking about Tua's injury history, all that stuff. You guys are forgetting he's taking judo classes, okay?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So, like, he now knows how to fall,
No, he's gotta
and the
fall.
concussion things will be, a rear-view mirror.
Jiu-jitsu.
No, judo.
No, he said
judo.
that.
Oh,
great
it's judo.
combination.
He said that, and McDaniel was like, no, he's wrong. It's jujitsu. Like, he doesn't even know what he's taking.
What does he know?
He needs to rest.
McDaniel,
The
please.
concussions. I mean,
Tua just
jeez.
needs to just sit in a dark room
No.
for like 6 months.
No.
I don't want Tua falling on a mat, learning how to fall. No,
Wait,
thank
so
you.
but like the Lamar Jackson thing is like you guys don't that wouldn't be the number one option for the Dolphins.
No,
Obviously,
no,
it's a
I'm
lot to give
worried
up.
about his longevity.
Yeah, it's Brady.
Or Tua, yeah.
Yep. Imagine Brady Rogers 2
These guys are
times a
making a
year.
lot of
I
sense.
mean, oh my God.
Hold on.
We have a march.
Hold on. I am not going to let you guys do this.
Brady and Rogers.
That would be big, Dan. Brady Rogers 2 times a year.
Oh my God.
Guys,
Home and home.
I will not let you make the public argument that you don't want the young MVP athlete at the position playing with Waddle and Tyreek Hill and Mostert.
Well-
like if you thought your offense was good last year.
We're saying we want Brady. We
do
agree with
want
you.
the young
Yes.
MVP.
Yes. I mean, what do
We
you-
do want the young
That's
MVP.
that's why it's a good problem to have, Dan. There's all these options. They're in a great position.
Wait, you were talking about someone that wasn't Tom Brady?
Lamar Jackson is why are we doing this? I can't.
You don't have the picks for Lamar Jackson because you already spent the picks on Tom Brady.
Exactly.
I know, but Cody is writing the clicks column. Greg Cody is writing
go get him column?
Go get him. Yes, go
okay.
get Lamar.
Cody.
Go get Lamar
Well, he was a
Jackson.
logo
right.
this year also.
Well, but Chris
L-Jack.
Cody and Tony agree with him. Both Chris Cody and Tony agree with.
I think
go
anybody,
get Lamar Jackson.
I think anybody who watches football should agree with us. Like
Well,
clearly,
Brady-
at this point in their careers, Lamar Jackson's the best of these three quarterbacks. They're all, when healthy, good options.
And on top of that, we've never seen Lamar Jackson with legitimate weapons. All of a sudden, you put Tyreek Hill, you put Jalen Waddle with a coach like that. Like, can we unlock another level for Lamar Jackson?
Sign me up.
He's missed 10 games the last 2 years.
Yeah, totally undone their season. 2 years running.
I think we're forgetting about one of the most valuable free agents available right now.
Who?
Famous Jameis Winston.
Wow, that's
Wow.
He's going to Tampa.
Wow.
He's going to Tampa.
Tampa
Don't even
or
worry about it.
backup?
Don't
Don't write
worry.
Aaron
Tampa
Rodgers
or
off
backup?
also. If the Dolphins got him as their backup, I would be happy with that.
Ben
He'd be a
DiNucci's
great
floating.
backup.
Don't forget about Ben DiNucci.
Yeah.
DiNucci.
Yep.
Stugotz before the show, he was you guys. I was talking about the fact that the metrics suggest that Derek Carr has been in decline, sharp decline, the last 4 years with Devontae Adams, with Renfro, with Waller, with Jacobs. Those are good skill guys. And it shows that Dalton and Jameis with the Saints were kind of better last year. Dalton and Jameis than Derek Carr when you dig down on the measurements, and the Saints obviously didn't have those kinds of weapons. And Stugotz was willing to announce before the show that he was going to make Jameis Winston the number 1 ranked backup who causes a little of excitement when he comes into
He would be.
the game if you've got Jameis Winston, because he's not a starter, but he is the very best of the backups who will bring you some excitement, because you've seen him throw for 5,000 yards, even though he threw 30 interceptions when he did it.
Who cares? I mean, you would be comfortable if for a half or a game and a half, 2 games, whatever it is, if you could go to Jameis Winston. He would automatically become the best backup. And I'm telling you, that's an increasingly important position, Dan, because quarterbacks get hurt and you need to replace
Except for
them.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, but look at the Niners. I mean, they lose their starting quarterback. They bring in Jimmy Garoppolo. He gets hurt. They have Brock Purdy. Imagine having Jameis Winston. I mean,
Well, the
That's
Saints-
saying something.
the
You could have
Saints
Carson
did.
Wentz too,
Right.
and he'd take Jameis over Carson Wentz as a backup.
So 3 quarterbacks that have proven to be unhealthier than Tom Brady.
All of them are
Jameis had a
unhealthier.
broken back last year.
yeah.
He could have played.
Mike Ryan, all of them are unhealthier than Tom Brady.
It's a viable option.
Tom Brady is
He reemerged. He was at the UFC. Now you're also going to get Mike Evans. That one's signed, sealed, and delivered because they sat together at the UFC fight.
Mike, you're the Chiefs, okay?
too.
And Gronk, yeah.
And Chad
Mike
Henne's
Gesicki.
retired, right? And you lose Mahomes for a game or two. And you have Jameis Winston there with those guys on offense to fill in and get a couple of, W's while Patrick was hurt.
You
Yep.
need
Take
Carson
your
Wentz
time
to give
coming
you
back.
one 98-yard drive.
What do you guys want? I don't understand. It sounds like you just want to be depressed and upset about the Dolphins. This is a glorious day. You have
want them
all
to
of
get
these
Brady.
options, and you guys don't seem to want any of them.
I
What
want
do you
the-
guys want?
We're just
I want them to
debating
get
on
Brady.
which one.
I want them to get Brady so bad.
Yeah.
So do I.
What do you want,
So
Dan?
for 1 year,
You're a
just like a
Dolphin fan.
1 year quarterback.
I mean, Brady probably has what?
As
3
long
years
as he
left?
wants.
You're just
Yeah.
doing a thing.
Right.
What?
No.
3 years.
Yeah.
3 years left.
Chris, he said he wanted to play till he's 50. I mean,
You know how much energy? Okay, so last year he got divorced, but now he's back in the dating pool. He's going to feel younger. He's going to start doing things. He's going to start keeping appearances. He's going to have so much sex. So much sex.
You don't think, given as tired as you guys are in adulthood, in parenthood, given that he said last year, I got a lot of 45-year-old shit going on, and you told me he's got hair as white as Anderson Cooper.
he has nothing going on.
He's got a team. I don't have a team.
But the
Okay,
last
but
week
he's
playing
got-
golf
he's
at
got-
Seminole.
And he is publicly saying, hey, I'm 45. I got a lot of shit going on.
Yeah.
And it has been my experience.
The media's hard, Dan. Like you saw, even the great Tom Brady, the greatest of all time, said, you know what? I'm not ready to dive into that pool just yet. You know what I mean? Everybody talks about how hard it is to play football and how strenuous it is. But look, the greatest of all time, one of the healthiest people, greatest athletes of all time said, my body is not ready to get into media.
Right.
So like comparing what we do to what he does isn't fair.
Way
What does
harder.
he have going on right now?
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
a
he's
good
taking a
question.
year off. He's not going to do the broadcasting thing.
I don't know.
I mean, he's done with the divorce. The court stuff is done. He's got visitation rights. I mean,
Stugotz, I don't presume.
I don't think it's visitation when you have custody. dude.
I don't presume.
does he have custody?
He doesn't have full custody. They're sharing.
Okay,
They
so
live right across the bay from each other.
Okay, but he has to spend less time with the family than he used to have to spend. That's all I'm saying.
I don't, Stugotz. I don't presume. No,
You made that seem like it's
You're
a
not
positive
balancing it
Make it seem like
properly.
he's in
More
prison.
time for
Look,
football.
I
That's
make
all
it
I'm
seem like he's
saying.
doing
You know,
community
no,
service
I'm
hours.
just-
Listen, he told you last year football's my priority.
Stugotz,
I mean,
just shut up for a second. Stugotz just
Yeah, he
realized
did, I mean.
what. Stugotz just realized while he was in it. You know what I conjured out of a divorce? Dad doesn't care about the kids. I'm golfing all day. Fuck you, babe, and the kids. I've got no responsibilities anymore. I'm a free man. Hello, Tinder. I'm Tom Brady.
my golf time has gone way up, Dan. Kids out of the house.
I'll say this:
Raya.
he hasn't gone through a divorce, but he's basically gone through the perks of the divorce that he sees it. Where like, I am now getting all of the time that I think Stugotz was spending with his daughters, like nonstop calls and all this stuff. Where like, Tom Brady's gonna have a lot of time on his hands.
You think when Tom Brady puts his kid to bed, like he has someone with him, just like doing all the things, and he just talks? You know, like
He
like,
just talks to Tom Gray or to Jim Gray. Is
Right.
he's talking to
it's just
somewhere
like,
else?
you know,
Larry
somebody-
Fitzgerald.
Somebody else is pulling out the clothes. His kids are older, so he's probably not wiping diapers. But
Does Jim Gray come with Tom Brady if he comes here? Like, is Jim Gray going to be in our studio recording What's Up or whatever it's called every week?
Let's go.
It's
Yeah.
not what's
Let's
up.
go.
Let's go. It's not called What's Up with Jim Gray, Tom Brady, and Larry Fitzgerald.
What up?
It's got the
It's a far more creative. Let's
it's
go.
the far more creative Let's Go with Jim Gray, Tom Brady, and Larry Fitzgerald. I don't presume to know how easy or hard that divorce is, Stugots. I imagine it'd be publicly unpleasant to go through something like that with kids of a certain age. I appreciate that you're just wiping your hands saying, he's divorced, let's wrap it up, no stress is there.
No one's had
Let's-
an easier, tidier
Yes.
divorce.
Yeah.
No one.
I've never seen him happier.
No.
I mean,
I have. Yeah, no. This
It was amicable.
This
winning
was
the
a-
Super Bowl, you mean?
This was a down year for him personally. He was honest about it. A bounce back Tom Brady? Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
That was the worst we've ever seen Tom Brady. That was the worst he'll never be that bad again. Never.
His rookie season was the worst we've ever seen of Tom Brady, I think. His rookie season.
So you're saying with age,
the year he won the
generally
Super
it
Bowl,
gets better.
right? Yeah.
He wasn't even that bad, is the thing.
No.
Like, it was a down year, but he wasn't even that bad.
No, he had a disaster of an O-line.
You asked me what I want, and is this naivete? Is this just utopian nonsense, gibberish? When I say what I want is to watch Tua be what he was when he was healthy.
Oh,
yes.
man, stop.
I love
Stop.
it. You're
You don't
too
wanna-
in. You got a jersey too, didn't you?
No, you guys, you have the opportunity to see the greatest player of all time wear your jersey.
when he's 46,
Doesn't
Yeah, but
matter.
Tua could be the
So
greatest.
what?
of all
I don't
time.
care if something miraculous happens and Tom Brady is terrible and he's the worst quarterback in the league. You want to say that you had Tom Brady playing?
you don't trust Mina when
No,
she says like, "Don't believe the stats you saw last year. He wasn't that good."
Careful.
I told you why he wasn't that good. It was the offensive line.
And
Mike
the Dol-
Evans makes 3 catches and their season's totally different.
Just careful. Don't cross Mina.
Yeah.
She plummeted Bryce Young's stock.
I look. You want Tom Brady wearing that number 12 in aqua. You do.
Yeah, if you're not
You-
a Dolphins fan
I
and you're
think
just kind of
12's
looking for
retired,
the
isn't
fun
it?
story,
You'll
I
buy
get
that
why
jersey.
you want
don't
the
want
Dolphins.
Tom Brady.
Not over Lamar Jackson and a healthy Tua. I get
can't
it. The
afford
healthy
Lamar
thing with
Jackson.
Tua is a question mark.
You're not
So-
getting
You're
Lamar,
not
though.
getting Lamar Jackson. You
Okay.
don't have picks.
You
to
don't
get
have the
Lamar
picks.
Jackson.
I mean, you don't. Yeah.
The reason that I don't want to have this conversation, the reason when you ask me what do I want, I didn't invent that. When Tua played last year, statistically, he was having a not only best in the league kind of numbers, but best ever kind of numbers. When you're
No, you know who has best ever numbers? The best ever. Tom Brady has best ever numbers. Don't tell me about a month and a half of Tua's career. I mean, he did. He looked
was
phenomenal.
awesome.
He looked phenomenal. And then a concussion happened. And then another concussion happened. And then another concussion happened. It's just, guys, come on. You have a team that's ready to win the Super Bowl right now. And the only thing that was getting in your way was the health and stability of your quarterback. And you don't want the most stable quarterback of all
What?
time?
You-
I mean,
the hell
Dan,
is
that-
wrong with you guys?
Eh.
Don't you want to win a Super Bowl?
Dan.
There's a guy that's literally won more than anybody.
Yep.
Eh.
He's right there for you. You're in win now mode. Get out of here with Tua. Like a great kid. Love him.
46.
I love him
So
like a son.
what?
He's the
He can
greatest
still throw a
quarterback,
football.
the greatest football player, maybe the greatest athlete ever. And you're out here saying no. The guy that nuked our season with head injuries,
Tua.
I'd rather take my chances.
He didn't nuke the
You want
season.
Clay
It's
Curzon?
not-
it's not his
Not
fault.
his fault.
Let me-
I mean,
let me ask
let's
you-
not
It's
blame
not
Tua
his
for
fault,
this.
right,
Jeez.
right.
Well, okay.
You
Well,
guys
who's
are
can't
Tua.
control
the
it.
offensive
I
line?
mean,
Exactly
yeah,
right.
I mean,
You guys-
He took judo, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
you went.
no,
You went into.
jiu-jitsu.
You went into Buffalo with Skylar Thompson. You went into Buffalo with
He
Skylar
almost
Thompson.
pulled that one out.
He did. He looked good.
Now imagine going into
Almost
Buffalo
pulled
with
that
Tom
one.
Brady.
Tua. Oh.
Yeah.
No, Tom Brady.
Dude,
With
if Tua
Brady.
would have been in that game, he would have been slicing and dicing those Bills.
I mean, in that offense with that head coach, those wide receivers, you bring Cameron Braid over. It's a short trip across the state. I mean,
No,
they
no,
have a
Braid-
team.
I have
Gronk will be
concerns.
there. You know Gronk will be here.
I have longevity concerns about Brady.
Well, you guys, if
What number would Brady wear? That's really the concern because 12 is retired.
He should take 13.
No,
As a
that's
big-
retired too.
No, he should take 13 as a big fuck you.
Whoa,
No.
come
Yeah,
on.
no.
I'm the greatest Patriot and the greatest Bill.
No, you
13
can't.
is
Greasy
mine.
should have to give the number
He
back.
won't.
Yeah, Marino
should,
should.
though.
Greasy's not going to.
Brady,
You know he won't.
give up the number. Yeah, I want Brady to call Marino and say, "Hey, I want 13." That's how we seal this.
Wow.
That's how
he
we seal
takes-
this deal.
What if he takes 39 just to F with Larry Zonka?
What if he's dead set on 12 and this all comes down to Greasy?
How do
What do you do with your Bob?
How do we have we have him? You have him playing 3 more seasons. He's retired right now.
Yeah, but he's done that before.
on.
Yeah, he did.
Come on, you sound silly.
You
I sound silly.
You sound like an
You
idiot.
sound ridiculous.
You sound like an idiot.
My God.
you guys were at the Dolphin facility and all of us
I'm with these guys. Fuck Rich Eisen. I'm just straight up.
Attaboy.
in the Dolphin facility, Stugots,
There's a slide there.
you guys all saw that Dan Marino does have an office there. And we all thought that Dan Marino should have had a larger office there. It would be pretty amazing if Tom Brady comes in, gets a bigger office, has part ownership of the team, and says, and also, Dan, I'll be playing with your number now.
Do you think
Can I have
Dan?
your office?
Do you think he uses that office?
He does allegedly.
Really?
Yeah, he's
I
in
feel
there a
like it
bit.
could be like one of those like prop stage doors that it's like just a door painted on a wall with a handle, and he wouldn't know because he didn't have to use it.
No, well, it's Brady's office now.
What a day that would be in this town.
I'm telling
Marino
you,
losing everything.
the Patriot fan,
Marino!
the Patriot fan would welcome the act I just painted, what I just painted for you as a Godfather move. The Patriot fan would be fine with him retiring a Dolphin if the move at the end was just to walk into Marino's past and be like, not only did I dominate the team after you, but also I'm better than you through echoing eternity. I have a larger office and I want your number. It's unretired. They got that kid Tua out of here so that I could play my 46th year of life on a football field.
How fun is that AFC championship between the Jets and the Dolphins going to be?
Oh my God.
I figured this out, guys.
A third matchup?
They still have Tua right now on the rookie deal, so they can spend some money. You bring Tom Brady in, wait for it, as the backup.
No, Tua can back
And
him
then
up.
when Tua's healthy, we get what Dan's looking for, the healthy
Backup.
Tua.
Yeah.
And then as soon as
Backup.
and then everyone says Tua's gonna get hurt. As soon as
Backup.
that happens,
If
imagine that. You think
As a backup.
you
If
think
that
Jameis
happens.
Winston's the best backup.
making
You
it
think
If that happens.
Jameis is the best backup.
I'm making an open
If that
competition.
happens.
But you said Tom didn't want to get hit.
No, open competition.
If that happens.
Tua, between
No,
Tua
it works.
and Skylar Thompson.
I think Chris has on to something. I think Chris is on to something.
Backup, he said.
He doesn't want to get hit anymore,
Yeah.
Stugots.
Why
He can take
play the
full-
first half of the season?
Yeah.
Who wants to get hit, Tua?
You're cute.
It's a good point, I think, by Chris.
Thank you.
He's ready for the playoffs, healthy, hasn't been hit.
He can stay on. Tua can stay on as a backup, provided that he beats out Skylar Thompson
He's
in
a
the quarterback
starter.
competition.
Mike, you're just forgetting like Tua when he is healthy with McDaniel's offense. Really good.
Yeah, you're forgetting the greatest quarterback of all time
Okay,
is
but
available.
all right, I'll acknowledge Tom Brady would be fine in this offense.
Yeah, no,
now,
he'd be
you're
fine.
you're just sitting here saying Lamar Jackson if he's healthy and Tua if he's healthy, like that would be
There's no such thing.
better.
No, there's Lamar Jackson and Tua can't say healthy.
You just compared him to Skylar Thompson. I mean, that is ridiculous.
Who, Tua?
Yes.
I'm just going off of what I
Did
saw at
you-
the end of the season.
When one was injured and the other one was playing.
Precisely. When
you
one
sound
was
crazy.
playing, the greatest ability is what?
Availability.
Thank you, Juju.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Tua's
Juju.
available. He's been cleared.
Again,
Judo.
I want everyone listening to what we're doing to understand that it's 2023.
They're still listening.
No one's listening
No,
anymore.
no, you're giving us far too much credit.
No one's listening.
Whoever is, though.
And we're talking about Tom Brady's 46th year of life.
I'm a fan free agent. You seal this deal with Brady, I'm in.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
golfing.
You're willing to
I'm
close.
golfing.
See this?
Oh
He's
my
just
God.
so emotional
He's
about this.
willing to close.
Yeah.
You've sat out a year. You've been in purgatory for a year.
No, I had a wonderful year. I won a championship last year. It was a heartbreaking loss for my other team, but a great win for my other team.
You were rooting for all of football last year, and you never did choose
Honestly,
a
the
team.
biggest loser was the NFL in the Super Bowl because of the turf thing.
You never did choose a team.
No, and I loved it. I chose the sport, and I think this is what's best for the sport. Tom Brady to Miami.
It'd be so great.
I would love to see you guys all happy because you signed Tom Brady. You're going to the Super Bowl.
Well, you'd be happy too. You're a Dolphin fan.
I would be.
Yeah.
It would officially
Yeah.
I'd be a Dolphin fan.
Would you not be happy, Dan? It seems like you wouldn't be happy if this happened.
I can't believe we're talking about it.
You're
Why are you
tainted.
saying
You did
that
that-
you're
you
not
did
happy
that-
about
you did
it?
that
Would you
event
be
with Tua
happy?
back
How
in
many
the
times
day.
you gonna fall for this?
I'm a
You're on
Tua
the
guy
tape.
too, Dan.
Yeah.
Tua still
have
could
to-
be on the team.
Recuse yourself from the conversation. You did an event with Tua once where you emceed. You're on the tape.
Conflicted.
Yep.
Conflicted.
Yeah, bias.
Wow.
Tainted jury pool.
Unbelievable.
Ethics.
What are you accusing me of?
You did that thing in the
Unethical.
parking garage
Yeah.
with Tua
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
That's right.
Whoa.
Yep.
What are you doing?
I don't know. I don't know.
No,
I
it
want to
was
know
like
what
yeah.
it was like a Super Bowl DirecTV thing.
Yeah, it wasn't sexual.
in a parking, like you made it, like you're like you did that thing with him in a
Well, it was
parking
like a-
garage.
Maybe.
I park cars in a parking garage. I don't know what you're
they-
doing.
they
You
put-
pee in a parking garage.
I have.
I have.
I dropped my belt in the parking garage yesterday and it hit the ground. And I was gonna pick it up and put it on, and I picked it up and I put it in the car. I go, this because it's one of those like cloth belts. This has to be washed. I can't do it. I picked it up and I was going to put it back together because it has one of those clasps on it, so you could like take it off and change the color of the belt or whatever, right? So I was going to put it in. I go, what am I doing? I'm going sans belt today. I'm gonna have to wash this or never wear it again.
Set it on fire.
If I lose my pants at work today, I lose my pants. I can't put on this pee belt today.
You are of the belief that that garage is one of the most disgusting places on earth?
No, I mean it's not even the worst of the garages we've parked in. The other garage was worse than this one, I think. Yeah, the other garage was worse. The other garage
too
was
far.
No, this
Dude,
garage is way
we
worse.
literally had a coworker watch you peeing in that garage.
No,
Yeah,
but
and
dude,
there was a human piece of shit in the other garage.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Me
a
and
big
Stugots
difference there.
and-
Big
Yes.
difference.
We were walking in the other day and stepped over mystery blood on
We
the
did.
floor.
A
Yeah.
pool of mystery
It
blood.
was mystery blood.
Remember when the wig was just in the middle of the ramp? There's a wig there.
there's always a
Yeah,
guy
wait, yeah.
sleeping on like the 4th floor landing in the stairwell.
And the 5th, yeah.
I apologize. Go back up. Take the elevator.
Sorry for waking you.
Yeah, I feel bad.
I tiptoe around him.
Someone told me I have a nice mouth.
Oh,
in the
really?
Garage. I don't know what that means.
Did you say thank you?